So hi guys, welcome to our first town hall. I'm Rune. I'm taking over for Fluff today. Well, she's here, but she's just feeling a bit under the weather, so I'll be taking a larger role than usual. So let me begin by explaining the difference between the town halls and our Twitter spaces. Our Twitter spaces are more casual and open without any structure. It's more an open forum where we can talk about anything from board games to the NFTs to nature flexing his new Oculus setup. And these town halls will be a lot more structured. So the structure we're going with is firstly we'll talk about what have we been up to this last week, followed by our plans for the next week, then drop potential bigger alpha, and we'll follow this up by an AMA section where you can come up to the stage and give comments or ask questions or whatever. So if you have any questions for now and can't speak, feel free to post them in the Town Hall questions channel. And not Rune, Kendrick or Nature will be monitoring these questions. So let's kick off. What have we been up to? I personally have been finishing what I call the Cranky Critter generator, and have been doing a lot of QA. I think I created about 30,000 critters and went through all of them looking for combinations of traits that wouldn't match or give weird results or just were visually unappealing. And good thing, didn't find that many combinations that didn't work. So Arno did an excellent job, and most of them made me laugh. So that's what we were aiming for. Arno, can you? I have something written for you, but perhaps you can say it yourself what you've been up to the last week.
You have something written
Cranky
for me?
Critter related, of course.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, everybody got that Rune is very happy with my drawing skills. That's also on tape.
We have that on tape, yes.
Good. Okay, good.
I love
Yeah.
that.
What have I been up to this week? I've been tweaking a couple traits. Just for like the final version of the Cranky Critter generator. I think we need a snappier name for that one though. And so yeah, tweaking some traits. I also finished a couple more traits that we like decided on together during the last live stream, so that was fun. So a couple of those might actually make it in. You'll see. And I've been maybe working on the Mega Crank sneak peek, maybe. That might be coming soon if it gets rolled on the advent calendar thing we're doing this week. And other than that, I've also been helping Rune these last 2 days with some QA. He sent me 6,000 critters to review, and I haven't really found any big issues, which surprises me because I don't like looking at my own work. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to this week.
All right, I've just decided the critter generator will now be called the crank machine.
The crank, oh, that's perfect. Yeah, crank machine. Write it down. We also have that on tape.
Okay, Fluff, what have you been up to?
So yeah, I got sick. That's a bummer. But other than that, we've been prioritizing some community engagement over, expanding community reach. We were able to get like an awesome collab with Seneca last week that brought some new people in, and now we wanted to focus on, building that foundation. That's why we launched the Cranksgiving all the way to Christmas that we've been doing for a couple of days now. I think it's going really well. I can hear myself 2 times. Can you guys hear myself? Me 2 times?
Yeah, it's because Rune is also
Yeah, okay, he muted it.
Rune's
That's
mic
good.
was open.
Yeah, yeah. We're in the same room. That's why. So yeah, we've been focusing on, building a strong foundation for the community by, creating a point system, an XP system, rewarding people that are somewhat active and dedicated to the project, or at least interested in the project. It doesn't take much to get whitelisted, but it does go to the people that at least, pop in once in a while or attend an event like this one. And I feel like it's going really well. things got a bit spammy around last week when the invite contest was still rolling, so very sorry about that. But we shut that down for now because, like I said, it got in the way of the chat and people weren't able to have real conversations, which we feel is really important. So going forward into the next week, we'll still be focusing on community engagement and running the initiatives that we have now. So we have the live stream every day that does the Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas. But starting this week, we also started weekly spaces, which is going to be every week, either Monday or Tuesday. We're still seeing what the best day for everyone is. We're gonna do the weekly town hall, which is today, and we also do the weekly game night, which is just a fun get together with um, some banter and so yeah, that's kind of what's on my agenda now. Also looking into collabs with some other promising projects to get some more eyes on us, because I do feel like um, we have what it takes to get there. I think as soon as people see our art and our project, they're all super excited. We just need to be able to reach the right people for it. So I'm focusing on that as well.
All right. So, just to recap, game night this weekend is on Saturday.
Saturday night.
Friday
for
at
us,
6.
but Friday for
Saturday?
regular people.
Yeah,
Yeah. For
Yeah,
us, it's
so
Saturday night, but for regular people, it's Friday night.
Friday in the
All right.
Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we'll start collecting the wallet addresses for the whitelists this week. But Fluff will post an announcement after the town hall about that with all the details, so nothing gets lost.
Yeah. Feel free to also include your seed phrase.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, don't include your seed phrase, please.
Even if you do it, we won't use it. We're nice people.
All right.
Some of us are.
One thing I'd like to add to what Fluff said, we've been really monitoring our growth and the engagements in our community this week. And as you know, the team is really looking for people who we can, who really are active and contributing to the story that we're trying to tell and to our community. So we decided for today to create some hype to grant 3 OG roles. My personal pick was Hubsy, who's having a great day already, I thought. So Hubsy, congratulations. You will get your OG role after the AMA, if you're in here, which you should be.
Congrats.
I was against
Fluff?
this, but got outvoted.
Congrats, hubby.
Yeah, congrats. I gave it to him already. Oh. Yeah.
All right, Fluff, who was your pick?
Oh, I thought we all agreed. I didn't realize we all had a pick. Okay. My pick was then. Wait, let me check the list. Yeah, I'll go for to Kang then. I think he's been really active and really been going back and forth between the Chinese channel and the regular channel, making sure that it's accessible for everyone. Everyone knows what's going on, and I really appreciate that. So that's why we also wanted to nominate him for it. But yeah, I don't think he's here. I think he's sleeping or something. I'll give it to him after, and then he can see.
Yeah, he's active like 20 hours a day, just not when we announce his OG role. And for the final pick, we have, I will probably announce this wrong, Lala Mocha. Fluff, can you elaborate? This was also one of your picks.
Yeah, I also see, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but I see that person online all the time. They're very active, they're very friendly, and I think it's a good example example, that sounds a bit wrong, but you know, you don't need to go the extra mile to get it. If you just, you know, want to be part of the community and you're genuinely interested in the project, we'll definitely notice you. That's kind of what that was about.
Yeah, I think genuine is a key word in this case. We're appreciative of all of all of the interactivity that you guys have brought, and there's definitely some regulars, and that feels good to us, knowing that people want to come back and say, hey, what's up? Like how's the family doing, kind of thing. So I'm fond of that.
For me, it was also Hubsy not afraid to ask the difficult questions, which we will get to answering really soon. We always appreciate feedback and questions, and people actually listen to the answers and having a conversation, not just being difficult. So yeah, was why he was my pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I just say something on that still? I just want to say that we will be handing them out more regularly now. I know we announced the OG role benefits last week, and we've kind of allowed for some time between the announcement and the activity to see, you know, who was just jumping on because of the cool announcement and who was actually interested in the project. But you know, as we move along, I'm sure, you know, we're not gonna just wait until the next town hall to give away some OGs. We do have our eyes set on some more people. We don't want to, you know, do all of them at once. So as the days progress, we'll definitely, you know, be promoting a few more people as well.
All right. I think that was everything we needed to announce today. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fluff.
Well, I thought we were gonna go over the roadmap really quickly because we added a few things that weren't on there that we're gonna be putting on there.
All right. Yeah, that was part of one of the questions actually.
Well, we can combine it with a question if you want.
No. I'll. It's a good point. I'll answer it now. So, some things have been coming up the past weeks while we've been talking with the community, and some things that were unofficially on our roadmap, like we've been talking about it behind the scenes before, but not officially because we don't want to overpromise. One thing was a digital version of the game. We've gone over multiple ideas. One was to actually create an entire digital version of the game. Another was just get a quick playtest version out so people could playtest and give feedback before the game is out. And we've also thought about companion apps. Yeah, we've gone over quite some ideas. But we've seen also the same ideas coming from the community, especially not the companion app, but the full-blown digital board game, as well as the playtesting one. So our plan is, as soon as phase 1 ends, which means the public sale, our first focus will be the Battle Royale events. But simultaneous to that, we will also start investigating, okay, can we expand the team to get this digital version up as quick as possible? And then find a balance to not delay our actual board game to do this. So instead of us doing it, investigating and programming it ourselves, we'll probably expand the team so we can do it simultaneously, so the three of us can keep focusing on the actual board game, so it's can actually stay in line with our actual vision. Then the second thing, if I'm going over this a bit too fast, feel free to ask more questions and we'll get to them in the AMA section. The second thing we want to add to our roadmap is we want to do something in Sandbox, something as simple as just create a space for us critters to hang out and talk about board games, or just a metaverse version of our Discord to actually hire voxel artists, I think the correct term is,
Yes.
to create our art, to create our critters, so we can actually hang out as our critters. This will, of course, depend on the success of our public sale and the secondary sales to see how big we can make this. So we can't promise anything right now, except that we will do something. And at least we'll create a space that's for us to hang out. But what we want to do is create a space where we can hang out as critters. Of course, we're still in the investigation phase of this, looking for artists, looking at, how this would fit in our time budget as well as our financial budget. So no promises yet, but we are looking into it. This was something that was also in the back of my mind. Yeah, it would be cool, but not sure if there's actually any interest in it. But it became pretty clear pretty fast that there is interest in it. So yeah, we're going for it. So no exact timelines, but they're now officially on the roadmap as being looked at.
Huge.
I
That's
think
very huge. That's cool. Digital version? Looking forward to that.
Yeah. I still think we should go for the playtest version first, because that could provide us with so much useful feedback that we really need to make the game twice as good, if you know what I mean. And then focus on getting the physical version out, or if we can hire a big enough team, get the physical together with the digital version out at the same time. But no promises there. First step, get that playtest version out, then getting it fully digitized. Anything I've forgotten, Fluff? Arno?
I don't think so. I think you gave a good explanation.
Yeah.
Also, just to add to Rune's points, like everything, like we're mainly looking to expand the team later if this is successful. Like that will be our main goal, to make this as big as possible, and to really build this out into like a generational brand instead of just a one-off. At the start of this whole thing, we already had multiple expansions in mind and stuff. So if we can make this work, we're definitely looking far ahead into the future. And anything we would do with a bigger team would also like be art directed and directed by the same people. So art style and overall vibe of the project would never ever change, because that's always going to be decided by us.
Yeah, I agree. I also want to point out that we're gonna set up a voting system through Snapshot, because we feel like the people that buy the Cranky Critters, you guys, hopefully, you're gonna be kind of like our shareholders. You're gonna help us, guide to the direction you want us to go, and we will always take your feedback, you know, with us in the process, and we'll always, we're always open to add more things on the roadmap as things progress, to see, what you guys would want us to do. So that's definitely also still open. And we're working on an image, just a roadmap image that's a bit more user friendly than what we now have on the website, because maybe you haven't seen it. I'm hoping you have, because else maybe you don't know what's on the roadmap. But yeah, if you scroll through it, it hops from one place to the next, and there's not really a clear overview or like a fun overview of what the roadmap is. So we're working on just creating an image that has all the points on it, and it will also include these new points that Room brought up, like the digital game and the sandbox integration and stuff. It's been a challenge. There's quite a bit on our roadmap to make it visually appealing. So yeah, we're working on that. I'm really hoping to get that finished this week as well. That would be really awesome if we have something like that we can share. By the way, Danny, I see you changed your profile picture. It looks awesome. I
Ooh,
really love.
chicken game.
I really love how these look as a profile picture. Every time I see a new one, I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think that's it for what I was gonna say about the roadmap still. I think you all probably know what was on the roadmap before these editions. If you're unsure, we have a roadmap channel here that you can quickly check to see what's already on the roadmap. If you have any questions about the roadmap, or if it's something isn't clear, feel free to hop the question in the Town Hall questions channel, and we'll get to it as we start the AMA.
Speaking of which, we will start it now. Just quickly technical. Nature, are you still driving?
No, I'm stationary. I'm good to go.
All right. Then I'll give it to you to lead the AMA section. So people, feel free to raise your hands or post in Town Hall questions. And if not, we'll start with the questions Hubsy provided.
Definitely. Just looking for where those are. Are those in the Town Hall questions? Yes.
Yeah.
Just
all the way at the up.
Yeah, it's up.
For sure. Don't currently see any hands up. So I'll just give another 1 quick second while I read the first question. All right, get straight into it. First question coming from Hobbsy is, do you have any more details on the liquidity pool or what you would envisage it looking like? Or is this quite a bit further down the line? Based on the above, you have mentioned, or is this a different question? Yeah, so liquidity pool, where do we stand?
So, in complete honesty, we'll have to do a bit more research on this. So far, what we have envisioned is a pretty basic version that we've seen used a couple of times, like NFT 20 or NFTX, which is mostly used to provide quick liquidity or swap out one of your critters. Of course, there are more possibilities.
Oh, sorry.
There are, of course, more possibilities to do with a liquidity pool, but that's still in the research phase, what we can actually do with it. But at first stage, it will be something like quickly swap out your critter or provide quick liquidity.
Great question, especially now that the online board game is a confirmed, so it'll be definitely an interesting point that plays with.
Yeah, I just want to point out, like, people that want to avoid OpenSea because of the fees or, because of OpenSea, they will have another way of obtaining a critter that way.
All right, got another question again from Hobbsy. Based on the above, you've mentioned a lot of other ideas, land, VX characters, etc. Is this something that you would look at after the board game is out, or are you open to adding things in the roadmap? I guess we kind of touched on that, but just leaving that open if you wanted to add anything on before we switch to the next one.
Yeah, I'll quickly summarize. So we're definitely adding this to the roadmap, but to make sure we can still reach our goal of delivering the board game next year, we'll be looking at expanding the team instead of taking more work on for us or moving the roadmap. Of course, there are limits to this, how many people we can hire, how fast we can hire them. So it will be a balancing act. So what we won't, somebody help me out with this. I know, what is the English version of doing what, Bedouin?
Compromising?
Yeah, what we won't be compromising on is the physical board game. That's our number one goal, and it will remain. If we add things to the roadmap, they will have to come later, or if they can be simultaneous by expanding the team, they will be simultaneous. But we probably won't move in. We won't make any changes that will delayed the board game on purpose. If that's
Okay, so this
answer the question.
This road is paved, but we need to still see the horizon of what's to come on the next part of the road. I like it. Another question, are there any updates to the marketing timeline? I know this is being worked on. Are you looking to do collabs, giveaways, or any ideas that you can share?
So this might be a longer answer. So our main priorities right now are building a solid foundation for the community and to drive engagement, and as well as getting new eyes on the project. We've taken some steps towards community engagement with the new XP system and the Cranksgiving initiative, combined with the daily streams and, of course, our weekly spaces, town halls, and the game nights. We're getting some positive feedback on this, and we've seen them grow in popularity, so that's a good thing. We're also have some collaborations in the work, but I don't think I can say which ones yet. If I can, Fluff will
that's
come in a bit. Okay, it's off limits. So look forward to that announcement next week. And of course, we have some more giveaways in the works. But we've been really monitoring. We've been trying a lot of things, and we've been looking what works and what doesn't work. So the invites contest in Say worked, but it's like 1,500 members in a couple of hours, but they're not all the quality members we were looking for. Of course, we got some great members from that, especially in the Chinese general chat. The most success we've had getting active members in here and dedicated members were through collaborations, especially the Zeneca collaboration that Fluff set up. So I think that's a route we'll keep exploring, getting not only many eyes on this, but also quality eyes, if you know what I mean.
Quality.
For sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, of course we're open to suggestions here. So if you feel like there's communities that we've left untapped that we need to get in touch with, please let us know. This is kind of your forte, Fluff. Anything you want to add?
Oh no, kind of what you said. Like if you feel there's a good fit with a certain project, definitely post them in the suggestions. I'll reach out to see if they're willing to do a collab. I'm always on the lookout, for potential collabs because I feel like it's a good idea to tap into other communities that already have like engaging members. Those are definitely people that are active in the space and that are interested in NFTs and that most likely aren't looking for the next cash grab. That's why I think it also works so well. But we don't want to just collab to collab. We don't want to collab with just everyone. We kind of want to have a good reputation and uphold that reputation. So we're kind of picky about who to collab with. There has to be a link with Cranky Critters at least. So yeah, if you feel like you know anything that could be worth collabing with or reaching out to, feel free to drop it in the suggestions. Also, I'm in talks with a few people, have a few ideas, but yeah, always open to more ideas, obviously. And if you happen to know anyone of super big influence that can help us, you're always free to let us know as well.
Awesome. I'll get right on to the next one then. With Christmas coming up, run up to Christmas, we got an ETH pump. Well, that was yesterday at 4:51 p.m. What would our sales pitch, our unique selling point be to differentiate ourselves and show our uniqueness during this time of year where the gaze is sort of distracted or all over the place or on as many projects as are coming out?
Yeah. I don't think we have one unique selling point. I think we have a couple. First of all, we have the art by Arno, who's an experienced artist with a proven track record, a solid fan base, really solid, loyal fan base. And his unique art style really stands out. Of course, we have the board game, which is unseen in the NFT world until now. And it's not only unseen, it's also really tangible real-life value combined with a NFT. Will provide NFT utility for the holders to make sure you'll always want to keep holding your critter. Airdrops, there's the burn mechanic coming up, the Battle Royale. There's the physical board game, and of course the digital board game, which we announced. The sandbox, competitions, and the new expansions coming after the first board game releases. So it's a long journey. I hope you're ready for the ride. So I guess, our most unique selling point is, of course, the board game, but also our focus on the community and working with the community, pivoting with them, listening to them, and building them. Because a project stands or falls with its community. I think that's becoming very clear of late. And that's why we're taking our time and really building it out and getting those good, engaging people in the chat.
Very nice. Sorry, everybody, for hitting all of Hobbsy's questions at once. I'm kind of hitting a chronological order, so I'm just going to go on to the next one. I think it's going to be a quick answer on this one. What does success look like for phase 1 of the project? He says sell out on day 1, quality engaged community, getting the board game done, all of the above. I want to say personally, I think that we obviously aim to sell out. We love the popularity and we'd like for everybody to experience it. But I will say that on the roadmap, we only require 25% of the project to be sold to actually start development. So obviously we'd like to sell out, but if 25% of the community gets in, that's success within the greater goal of obviously a project that everybody wants a piece of. Sort of my side opinion if you wanted to take over.
No, I think you're hitting the nail on the head.
Awesome. Great.
25% is enough for us to start, and that we would already consider a success. Of course, if those 25%, if those holders keep holding and are in here for the long run and keep building the board game with us, it's a success for us. If we can sell out all 6,000, even better. As long as we've got this community that's working with us, believing in us, and making our dream come true, I would consider it a success.
Awesome. Last question from Hobbsy for now. I've seen other projects pivot for various reasons and struggle to adapt to various changes in market and keep up with the roadmap. Are you fully resourced, and do you have plans in place to make sure that you can deliver the roadmap?
Yeah.
So I believe that the 25% thing sort of covers that, but sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the 25% covers that. If we have that, we can deliver the board game. Of course, we've put other things on our roadmap, as we said, the digital version, the sandbox experience, I will call it from now. If we only sell out 25%, we really have to focus on the board game, and the rest will come later. We have backup plans to create more budget for those, but they will hopefully remain backup plans. So depending on how big our public sale is, things can happen fast or things will take a while, but things will come if we sell out those 25%. Of course, the market changes and we have to pivot. That's a string of a project is for the owners to not stick with their vision in defiance of what the market and the community is yelling at them. It's being able to pivot while maintaining, keeping our eyes on the prize, which for us is the board game. So the board game will remain our main priority, but we will pivot and be open for suggestions up to a certain point. I said before in the chat, we don't just want to follow waves. we want to create them. So our board game is a wave we want to create, and we hope we'll, in a couple of months, we'll see lots of other projects trying to do this. Would be excellent if you could say, hey, we did this first. And the more people do this, the bigger the community becomes, the bigger the NFT space becomes, and that's just better for all of us.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Actually, segueing from that answer, one of the Golden Bastards, I guess, disciples, Jonah, asked the question. Primary question is what plans you have for marketing the game to normies? What are your plans on building community outside of the NFT space? Do we plan on cooperating with tabletop game publishers, distributors, or is this sort of all up to us to get out to people?
Well, I think in the first stages, we want to keep this a bit exclusive. So, of course, the NFT edition will be very exclusive, only 6,000s printed. But there will be a normal version, which will at first stage only be available through our web shop, which will get to the normies. Well, you can't see me doing air quotes. We'll be going to planning to go to conventions like Spiel in Germany, like Comic-Con in London, etc. There are a lot of places which we can become like an exclusive niche thing. And then trying to make a name that the promoters will come to us to
I love it.
I think Fluff can sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I kind of fumbled on the last sentence there.
I was just going to pair it off of what you said and just say I personally think that once we've sort of built a name and then inject ourselves into these communities and conventions and stuff, it'll be cool to sort of be the NFT board game. People might be intrigued, they might come over and see what we have to offer just because of that uniqueness in the normie, quote unquote, space. So I'm personally excited for that. And I think that I think it would personally be cool to see a couple of people like maybe put out a YouTube video. I'm looking into some personalities that might be able to play the actual board game and then be able to like show that to people just for a little exposure. Oh, by the way, if you want to play, then Cranky Critter members only.
Yeah, I'm hopping here and also say damn it, what was I gonna say? I keep losing track because I want to, interrupt people, and obviously I can't. So then I wait until I have to speak, and then I lose what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I remember. Right. So I think we have a really strong case here of onboarding new people in the space, because obviously there's a lot of board game enthusiasts that are not yet in the NFT space, and we're offering like a real use case here that could get those people more into NFTs and see the value of NFTs for normies, quote unquote, because it's not all about oh, this is for the art, right click save. When you have like real life utility, like when you get an NFT and you get an actual board game, that's like a tangible asset that you could say like, okay, well, I got an NFT and now I have this. So I think we'll also be focusing on trying to make it easy to onboard new people through our board game, kinda. I know that Nature is going to be setting up some guides or I think kind of guides. Interrupt me if I'm wrong. For people that are quite new to the space, but that actually found us through the board game, and we want to help them, maneuver in the space and not get caught by scammers and not have bad experiences. Kind of initiate them in the space and show them like the good quality of NFTs and the positive side. So yeah,
Definitely.
excited about that as well. And correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
think having that resource for people. Oh, sorry, a bit of a delay there.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
I was waiting for you to say something, and I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yes, I think it's sorry. I think it's a good resource for people to have. I know that there's a few people in the server who have voiced the fact that they're sort of newer to the NFT space, but really excited about what we're doing. And so, if we can give them even more reason to be excited and to not have that level of nervousness, but don't get me wrong, your first mint will always be a nerve-wracking experience. We'd like to provide that for everybody there because. If the information's there, why not get a friend in the server and say, "Don't worry, we'll show you the way," so to speak. So that's an exciting thought for us.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that we kind of have, is Arno has some connections to some people that could help us. I don't remember who it was, so maybe Arno, you should specify that. I don't remember.
I have lots of connections. Who are you talking about?
Remember when we were on was it Twitter Spaces, and we were talking about the board games and how we were gonna
Oh yeah.
get
No,
together?
I have some connections with people who have already published board games and work at bigger publishers like Keymaster Games and stuff. So the idea is if we get started on this board game, well, rather when we get started on this board game, we're definitely gonna consult with multiple game designers, multiple publishers, just to get like a better idea of the scale of things. Because it's always very ambitious to just say like, oh, we're doing a board game, but we really want to take this as serious as we possibly can.
Get some of that industry polish in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like they made all the mistakes, so we don't have to.
Exactly. So Red Panda asks, Fluff specifically, tank, mage, archer, or assassin?
Yeah, I'm usually a healer, so I don't know why you didn't put that in there.
Oh,
No, I'm actually, if I have to choose
hidden
between those,
6 ups.
if I have to choose between those four, I would go for mage or ranger. I quite like ranged. Like, I'm not a big fan of melee. Rune is laughing. Why?
I'm a ranger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of an inside joke that we have. I play a ranger in one of our campaigns where I'm like this cocky bastard that, fails all the time and then goes, I'm a ranger. Anyway, yeah, nice question. I really, I really enjoy playing a lot of classes, but not melee as much.
Good answer. So it doesn't seem like we have any more questions from chat so far, but we do have a comment from Jonah.
Oh no,
I see this
Danny asked
project
a
as a big
question, right?
opportunity.
No?
Oh, sorry, did I skip somebody?
About the OG.
Danny, oh, you mentioned answering that in chat, but so when somebody works up to OG, do they get to mint more than two well, you know what I mean, in the pre-sale, excuse me.
Yes, you can. If you go to the whitelist info,
Haha.
it should be there. All the way at the top, you can see OG Critter. You get 3 mints in the pre-sale and a lot of benefits.
Nice.
I feel like I haven't listed these benefits here yet. Actually, good that you brought that up. I should list it here in the whitelist info. For the people that don't know what I'm talking about, the OG Critter roll, so yeah, it'll give you 3 mints, and the benefits that we were talking about, we announced them somewhere last week. Basically, it's going to be free mints for life, kinda. Well, that's a funny way of saying it because you can't mint unlimited, obviously, but you'll get a free mint for every future drop that we do. You'll get free expansions for life. I mean, you'll get a free expansion for every expansions that we do in the future, and you'll always get a minimum discount of 30% on merch, but maybe even more depending on what merch it is. Because some merch that we're planning is going to be a bit more costly to buy in. Other we can offer way more discount on, so it'll depend on that.
Those benefits are sick.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I'm very happy about. I mean, if I would join a project, I would totally want to get it.
Who thinks about discounts on merch for holders? I don't know if I've heard that before. I don't know. I guess I'm tooting our own horn here, but I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Man, I wish I had these benefits.
You'll want to get these guys. No, just kidding.
You're the one who gets to store all the hoodies in boxes at your place.
Oh no, I'm not doing that again. No, never.
No, we'll still see how we manage that, because we're thinking of using a drop shipping service or something. Well, that we don't have to at least stock everything.
Well, dropshipping has a better ring to it.
We're
Thinking of using a fulfillment service.
Yeah, a fulfillment service. That sounds way better. You're right.
Rune, just wait for Cranky Cyber Critter Chibis. It's good.
That's oddly specific, but that's already been discussed internally.
That's funny. So it's coming back.
Yeah, that's a major alpha just dropping here.
Yeah, that's true.
We're taking this to the anime route. I like it. Yeah, say that 10 times quickly. Good luck.
Cranky Cyber Critter Chibis, Cranky Cyber Critter Chibis, Cranky Cyber Critter Chibis, Cranky Cyber Critter Chibis,
So
Cranky
I'm muting
Cyber Critter Chibis.
Oh my god.
And then after 4 whiskeys. Okay, let's go. Next question.
She sells 6 shells. I can't even say the real one. She sells seashells down by the seashore.
Oh, Red Panda just asked, how did we come up with the name Cranky Critters? I'll relay this to Ruin and Fluff, who are the originators of
Rune,
the name.
Fluff answered this question last time and lied. So Cranky Critters was entirely my idea. No. The true story is, well, Fluff started with lots of cutesy designs with her company Fluff and Tough. And one of her most successful was this angry cat and an angry bunny.
I'll look for the picture. I'll post it in the Townhall questions. Go ahead. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, and once upon a time we had more free time in our lives. We said, hey, we want to do something together. Let's create a project together. And the only thing I could think of was, hey, I've always wanted to create a board game, and your cutesy art is could be a good match. So we wanted a catchy name. So if you want something catchy, you think alliteration. So we thought angry animals, but that was too close to Angry Birds. And then Fluff said, I really like Cranky. I want something with Cranky. And so then we landed on Cranky Critters. Yeah, Fluff just posted the original t-shirt design. So that's actually the original Cranky Critter, that cat. And so that's where the name Cranky Critters comes from. So it started as a Kickstarter idea. I don't know if you read the Medium article, but it never went anywhere because kids got in the way. We do love our kids, by the way. So now we're doing it as an NFT project because we want to create something together with the community. So that's basically the origin story of Cranky Critters. But it all came up in one long conversation, or actually multiple long conversations between me and Fluff. So it's always a fight who came up with Cranky Critters. But as the OG Cranky Critter is a cat that Fluff came up with all by herself. She's the original inventor of Cranky Critters.
I think we can agree on the fact that Rune came up with the board game idea, but I came up with the concept and the name, maybe. Pretty sure I came up with the name.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's true.
And I tore everything apart and built it up even better.
Well, to be honest...
Even more teamwork.
To be honest, when we rolled into the NFT space, when we got more invested in it, we kind of got this idea of doing it, through the NFT space, and how many more possibilities that would give. I'm super happy we decided on that, because the more we're building this, the more I can see even more possibilities. So yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry, I ramble sometimes.
Ace is saying, I feel even more connected to this project now. My wife and I have our first Cranky Critter due in January.
Oh yeah, no, I remember what I was gonna say. Why we chose Arno.
Oh, wait.
Congratulations, Ace.
Yeah,
congratulations, Ace. You just announced his baby. Not interrupt when he's announcing a baby.
Oh,
Ace, congratulations. I'm gonna make an executive decision. You're getting an OG role.
oh yeah.
Hey,
That's so
if
cool.
anybody else wants one, start reproducing.
Where
I
did
mean, you're 9 months too late there, but
where did he announce it? I missed it.
in the Townhall questions chat.
Uh,
So Ace, enjoy your last 2 months of free time.
Oh, maybe we're reading into it too much. Maybe he's just like adopting a very angry cat in January.
Oh yeah, fur
That's
babies.
also part of the team. I'm still happy for him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Ace is a very active member of the community. He deserves it either way. Oh, that's cute. Rune.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My heart is too warm for this server right now. I feel like the Grinch
Oh,
with
you
his
have to
heart
replace those,
growing in a couple of sizes.
But so let me
drawings by Cranky Critters.
Oh yeah.
quickly finish my thing before I lose my train of thought again. So why we chose Arno for our project? So basically, first we were planning on me drawing it, but I draw very, Japanese cutesy chibi stuff, and I feel that's very niche. And the plans we have for this board game, it's so big. We wanted to really appeal to a large audience, and Arno is my brother. I've known him as an artist for obviously ever since he became an artist. I've seen his growth. I've seen his popularity rise, and I know what he can do. We were very excited to ask him, and I'm super happy that he was also super excited once we asked him. I feel like Arno's style can really appeal to everyone. I think he has a very unique style, and he draws them like in a cute, cranky way, but it's not too cute, It's not like when I draw cutesy chibi stuff, Rune is like, oh yeah, that's cute, but it's not for me. And I feel like Arno's style can really appeal to a large crowd, and that's kind of what we want with this board game, because we want it to appeal to a lot of people.
So we're getting called out by Red Panda here. How about you think of a question for the chat to us? So
we asked this in our last space, but I'm curious what everyone's favorite critter is.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, mine is definitely the fox. Or
we're asking the audience. We're not asking.
Oh, we're okay.
Kendrick.
Oh, we're asking. Huh? Oh, okay.
Kendrick immediately. Fox Gang. Love it.
It's kind of hard though here to. It's kind of hard here to ask the audience something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they have a chat room they can reply to. That's true.
So while we think of our question,
we've
got another one here. Oh no! If you have a question, definitely. I don't want to get off of that.
I don't have a question. I wanted to drop some alpha, but I can do that after the question.
Oh, for sure. So Jonah writes, I wonder, how did you get into the NFT space? So I guess we can all kind of take a turn. I got into the NFT space completely by accident. I was on Twitter one day after not really being on Twitter much, and I was looking at some art stuff because I'd seen a post about following artists and how important that can be for your mental health. And so I just started following a bunch of artists and came across a couple of NFT-based things because obviously, digital art on Twitter is pretty hot. And the rest is history. You're about to say, Arno?
Oh yeah, I got blinded by promises of Lamborghinis and millions of dollars. No, I just saw like a couple of artists I really look up to, play around with NFTs a bit, so it started intriguing me. I've also been in crypto since like 2014. So yeah, it's been a while, so it's kind of been a natural progression. Once I saw a bunch of artists doing it, I just figured might as well learn how this stuff works. And then I just dove straight down the rabbit hole and dragged a bunch of people with me.
Very cool.
Yeah, I got dragged in by Arno. I got into crypto quite late, only in January. I think I was there to just make enough profits to watch it all go down. When was it? April, May. So I think after that, kind of crash in crypto, I was a bit bored because obviously there was nothing to do, and Arno was busy with NFTs, and he was like, "These apes are dropping. You should get one." And I did. I mean, at first I was, what the fuck is this? But then I thought, you know what? Um, Arno's usually pretty good with, like new things, and it's not that it didn't it cost like what, $500-$600 at the time, which is all right.
Yeah, you bought in at 0.3, I think,
Yeah,
back then.
0.38 was my first ape, which I thought was a lot of money, but I also thought like YOLO, like, you know what? Okay, if I lose it, it's quite a lot of money, but if it goes somewhere, it can be so much more. So the risk to reward ratio was really high for me. That's why I decided to get in. Very happy that I did. And I remember telling Rune, Rune, you should get an ape.
I'm telling that story.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So I came down the stairs and Fluff was looking at ape pictures and telling me, "Hey, Room, you should really get in on this. Buy an ape now." I was like, "No, you're crazy." And every day I cry a few tears because I said no. So a couple of months after the apes mooned, Fluff said, "Yeah, you really got to go in these. What was it? Golf squad pandas."
Oh yeah, the pandas.
Rune, that's your second chance. You have to believe me. These are going to be the next apes. And I said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good."
They weren't.
But yeah, yeah, but yeah, she was very passionate about these NFTs, and she was getting really excited every day, and yeah, I just wanted to be part of that. So I actually just gave her like half an ETH, I think, and told her, yeah, buy something and do what you do, and I'll get in. And so she bought me my fucking pickle,
Nice.
which also wasn't very successful. And then
but
she
the
bought
art,
me,
though.
yeah, fuck that. She bought me two Legions, but one was a pretty rare one. She could flip for 1 ETH the same night, so she had already doubled my ETH. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, this is crazy. I want to get in on this, and I started to do some research. Started to reading up on Fluff's research that she already did. And we got into Animetas, the Pudgy Penguins, but it only really clicked for me once I found Space Powers. That was the first community that just seemed so fun. And I just sent one message in general, like, "Hey, you guys seem like a fun bunch, and I'm pretty introverted, so I probably won't talk a lot. But yeah, I just want to say hi." And they were so fucking friendly. I really had to join their community, and then it got addictive. I'm no longer in NFTs to flip them. I'm really in them to find good communities and having fun, appreciating art, appreciating humor, and yeah, seeing people's dream come true. Like the Space Powers wanted to create an animated series, which was a dream for them, and they're doing it. See artists every day on Twitter. You see artists' dream coming true. It's just such a happy space. If you ignore all the fudders and all the right-click savers and all the negative people, it can be a very wholesome, happy place. That's what really attracts me to the NFT space. So yeah, that was a bit way too long answer for a simple question. How did you get started? So
No, that was awesome.
Sorry about that.
No, I followed that start to back. Very cool.
So how about you, Kendrick?
Interesting that your first one was a pickle. The my fucking pickle too.
Oh.
Do you remember what color it was?
Green? like a pixel. I never know it was red. It was red.
Yeah, I had an orange
Oh,
one.
yeah.
You had a red one. They were both very bad. So, Kendrick, how did you get into the NFTs?
He didn't. He's still wondering where he is.
Yeah.
I have the perfect gift for that. Oh, Kendrick, we can't hear you. Maybe you're still having technical difficulties. I was talking with him before. He was having some issues with his laptop, so they might not be fixed yet.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
Yep.
you now.
And now we can't.
And now we can't.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry about that. That was like way too much. Yeah, so I got into NFTs probably back in February of this year. And I was just kind of dabbling in it, but mostly what drew my eye to it is I'm fairly big into photography, and I do a lot of like aerial photography while I fly. And one of the guys I follow from like just the photography space on Instagram kind of got me intrigued on, NFTs. And so I did a little bit of research and stuff. But the first thing that really I gravitated to was also space poggers. But what it was the community and the people, how global and international it was, and where it just that clicked, just like Rune said. It clicked for me when I could see all of these people converging in this one place. And it was just really exciting to just connect with people all at once from all over the world. So that really sold me. And now I'm in it for just the community, the building communities and helping create visions of like artists like Arno or anyone else in this space. So that stuff excites me.
Awesome. I do feel
Also,
like...
quick note, Kendrick is a pilot and not a superhero. So if you ever hear him say, when I'm flying, it's because he's a pilot.
I do aerial photography when I fly. Kind of like Superman with
Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to pick in on that and say, like, I feel like humor is a very important part of our brand, and an important part of our community. I feel you can do a lot through humor, and you can have, carefree fun together. I think as far as USPs go, what we were talking about earlier, I think, our humor is also like a nice selling point because it's so easy to get into, and it's so accessible for people. I feel also like with the whole cranky thing we have going on, it kind of allows, for a place to be yourself. Kind of, you don't have to be happy all the time. You can vent here. You can be cranky. We accept everything. I feel that's definitely something we can put forward in the space today. I know mental health is, taking, well, it's becoming a big topic in the space because a lot of people all the time seem super happy and super happy, but I don't think that's always the case, and I think it's cool that, if you need it, you can vent here as well, and we can have fun and we can cheer you up. That's just my take on things.
I resonate with that.
We've gone, yeah. Just want to say we've gone over the hour. I know we're rewarding people to stay the entire town hall. I think you've reached that
Closing
point.
time.
So yeah, don't feel obligated to stay while we ramble on. I think we've crossed over from the official formal part to the casual talk part. So, are there, the FOMO.eu. Are there any more questions? Feel free to come up, speak, or type the question. Otherwise, I think...
maybe we can quickly address what Hopsy asked. Like, would you like to organize meetups? Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's, one of our maybe shorter term goals would be to be at events, like with a booth or something. But I mean, as we go to events, we'll definitely, get an event going within the community and meet up. I think it's a unique opportunity. I think it also works really well because we have a few people from all over in the team. So I think we could also, I know for me, Rune and Arno, we're, very accessible in Europe. And then Nature and Kendrick can maybe be accessible in the US or Canada. I know Arno travels a lot, so he can maybe also go there. I think there's a lot of options. I think we're not really well represented in other areas of the world yet. I mean, I know we have like some Australians here and some I want to say Chinese speaking people because I don't feel like they're all from China. I've seen some people from Malaysia, from Singapore and stuff. So we'll have to look into that as we progress. But yeah, events and meetups definitely on the agenda for us. If we could play the board game together, that would be so cool.
100%.
You weren't muted, damn it.
Oh, he's still not muted.
He's still not muted.
But it's okay. I like hearing everything twice.
Red Panda says your echo is really attractive, Rune.
Yeah, I think that was what she meant with my echo. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
so.
Sorry. I get jokes half a second later usually.
Yeah, he muted himself. Should be fine now. Well, yeah, I guess if there's no more questions, I don't know if anyone wants. I mean, everything you can ask anything. Like, how did I meet nature? How did I meet Kendrick? Why do we like
How did you
them?
meet me?
Oh, Arno is my younger brother, by the way.
Not by choice.
He's 3 years younger than me. So obviously,
How are
I
babies
met.
made? Okay.
Yeah. If you
Sorry.
don't know
Ah,
by
sorry, I
now,
cut you
I'm
off.
kind of no, sorry, it's okay. If you don't know by now, I kind of feel awkward telling you. So maybe you should discover that on your own. Well, I think what is the meaning of life? I think for me, definitely making memories. I think that's like a topic that keeps coming back. I don't know for you guys. Maybe it's a heavy question.
I think shared experience is a big part of it. We're all individuals on this planet, but the interactions we have with each other make it worthwhile. And you can live your whole life in isolation, that's fine, but you can't tell me that your life won't be enriched by being around other people and living through the same struggles as them and sharing the same success as them and, you know, I don't know, whatever. All those things, the mundane, the extreme, all that stuff, I'm here for it. That's personally what I get out of life.
So, as I actually saw an interesting question. Jonah asked, how did Kendrick and Nature join the team? So I'll let them answer themselves. We're really short. I met Kendrick through the Space Poggers. We're both tribe leaders over there, me for the penguins and Kendrick for the llamas. And Fluff is a llama. So Fluff saw how good of a tribe leader he was, and of course I saw just how a passionate member of the community Kendrick was. And when we were thinking about, okay, we need mods as soon as possible, who will we bring on? I immediately said, okay, we need Kendrick from the Space Poggers. He's such a friendly, enthusiastic guy. He learned Chinese in like 2 days.
It was all those night classes.
Yeah, he's an amazing, motivated guy. I really wanted him on the team. And I think Fluff can present its nature to us.
Yeah, unless he wants to present himself. I mean, I can talk awesome things about you as well if you like that.
Do go on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I thought first we would say how we found them, and then
Oh,
they
and then
could
they can
say
say.
why did they want to.
Yeah, that's better. Oh, that
I like
yeah,
that.
that's true. That's better. Yeah. So I know Nature from Animetas. I've been a mod there since July, and yeah, he's also been there since the beginning because I think you also were going for like the mod position, and then you became a helper. Um, so yeah, Nature has been super active and helpful in the Animetas community, and he's always nice. So when I saw him join Cranky Critters, and he immediately got excited and he got really invested in it real soon. I figured, why not ask him? Maybe he would be up to join us. I already knew what an awesome guy he was from Animeta, so that's why I said, Rune, we should get this guy,
Well, Gorsh, thank you for the kind words.
My pleasure.
I guess we'll go in chronological order. If Kendrick, you want to say what sort of maybe drew you in, or what your response was, that your side of the story.
Definitely. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I just want to make sure my mic's working. Okay. Yeah, I know Fluff and Rune obviously through Space Poggers. Why did I want to join? I mean, I thought I let them give me their pitch, I guess, and it was immediately something I was interested in because I knew how much they valued community and how much they kind of focused on that first and foremost. And even though they were so driven by this product and an idea and vision that they've been working on for a few years, so both of those things, their years of this, fostering this idea and their importance of community tied together, I was like instantly sold. And then we started talking about the board game, and I'm like, holy shit, like this is honestly something that I think could be revolutionary in an on-ramp sense for this space. It's something that I don't think any other project, while they kind of are dabbling with how to get people introduced, there's a real use case here, in at least in the board game industry that I've done research on after they talked to me. So, anyways, it was a quick sell. I was all about it, and I'm super excited to be a part of the team and to have met all you guys. I mean, this is awesome.
Nice. So piggybacking off of that, when I was approached by Fluff, so I guess first when I joined the Cranky Critters, like Fluff said, I was super excited right away. I won't sort of go into sales mode about the project, but I really do think that the real world aspect meshing up so nicely with the online community and the gaming sort of, or the game sort of aspect of the project was a big draw for me. Like I mentioned in past townhalls, or not townhalls, but spaces, a big draw for the space for me in general is community and finding the others, quote unquote, finding common ground with people. It's really cool because when you show up to a project, a lot of times if you have an idea of what it's about, you're going to get like not one kind of person, because we're all sorts of people, but like-minded people in certain senses. And I think that there's something special about people who value getting together around a table, playing a board game together, having those frustrations, the laughing moments, that sort of thing, and then just knowing that that's like much better than or different, I'll say, not better than watching TV or whatever else. So that really drew me in. And then also I just like the way Fluff does business in Animetas. We didn't really talk too much, amongst ourselves. Like Fluff mentioned, for the longest time, I was a community helper. Came up to a community mod position there where we started to have more contact. So yeah, I was just really excited to get approached by Fluff as far as wanting to become a mod. I already had it in mind that I would love to if I was approached. But the only real thing for me to figure out at that point was how I can keep a work-life balance, basically a work-life balance where life takes up, or Cranky Critters takes up as much of that life as I can, as long as it doesn't fuck with work. So that was kind of my setup. I'm really, really stoked to be here. Again, my main thing is like the community and what we aim to build out of it. The fact that when you say Cranky Critters, you know exactly who you're talking about, and yeah, so that's really exciting for me. And then after that, tack something on too. When I finally got to like some of you are saying in chat, when I finally got to sort of see the dynamic, understand that it's a family group of people that, you know, like it or not, they're still related to each other, so they're not going to rug each other. You know what I mean? Kind of a safe thing for me. It's a safe bet going with people who are so tight knit and who get along so well and can be honest with each other and can disagree, but in order to push the project forwards. I think that's sort of a special thing that I don't see in too many of the Discords I'm in. A lot of that, you know, fake, let's go to the moon without thinking about the negatives because screw that. Well, you know, in our mod chat, we keep it real. I won't get into anything else, but yeah, I'm just really thankful to be part of this community and to be on the stage in front of everybody here too. Shout out to the audience. What?
Yeah, what? I thought it was a really good, you know, summary for both Nature and Kenrick, and it's super fun to, you know, once again get to, you know, hear what you like about the project and what you like about us. So that's really nice to hear. There's a few more questions, by the way, from Jonah asked.
Oh, awesome! I'll get back to those.
Oh, and also, can you ask Cranky Llama Critter? No worries.
Coming off of my speech, I have to get a glass of water before I. How's that for a long-winded answer?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Would Red Panda asks, would you consider doing an angry critter drinking game at some point? And then the eyes emoji. I'm very eyes emoji about that question too, personally.
I'm down for any kind of drinking game.
Nice. Hey, wondering if there's a Catan drinking game we could post the rules for on Friday, if anybody feels like participating.
Yeah, that could be fun.
You know, not necessary.
Yeah, and you don't have to, but people that want. Yeah, like if people steal
4
from
drink
you
minimum to play
or
with us.
something.
Yeah, because you'll need the 4 drinks to get over the idea that Arno's going to beat us all again. Frig.
Yeah. For people that didn't know, tomorrow we're having our weekly game night and we're gonna play an online version of Catan. We did one last week and it was so much fun. It was really, really funny. So and apparently it can be quick. I mean, we took 2 hours to complete it, but it can be quick. So we'll see.
Oh, and this one's for Ruin. Board game. It's a chat
I'm
reference.
drinking.
I love critters and drinking, especially drinking, says Red Panda. I love it. Cranky danky friends. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Okay, another question. 2 more questions from Jonah. Number 1, what does the DK stand for in Rune the DK?
By the way, before you answer that, what do you guys think it stands for?
Oh, there you go. That's the that's one of the mod questions.
Dick.
Donkey Kong, perhaps?
I'm just going to go with Dick as well, just because that's what the YouTube video guy did.
No, I know what it stands for.
That's some interesting.
Oh, there's a couple good, comments.
Donkey Kong drinking Kame or Kame? I don't know what he means.
All right, let's people do some guesses while we tackle the next question, and I'll give the answer after that.
Diamond King.
Great. Do we still all have day jobs? Do we still all have day jobs, or are we all in, planning to go all in, etc.?
I'm an artist. I've never had a day job.
I have a romanticized ideal of being all in on NFTs and crypto. My background is in marketing. I run ads on social media networks. So it's not entirely 2 separate worlds. I think that there's some overlap that's fun to experience in the space. And that the fact that it's not directly tied to what I do currently is cool because it's a direction to grow in. I'm big on that. So for now, I think it's a romantic idea. But in life, I feel like I would be letting myself down if I wasn't open to opportunity.
I'm a freelancer. I'm self-employed. So yeah, right now I'm in digital marketing. I focus on SEO. I need my day job, to be able to pay bills and stuff, but I'm very flexible about my hours and, what I will spend my time on going forward. If this requires, you know, more manpower, so to speak, or someone that is in it full time, I can easily do that. Next.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at chat. So yeah, I still have a full-time job, which I'm planning on. Okay, I need help with English again. Afbouwen.
Phase out.
Yeah, which I'm planning to phase out. Depending on how big our public sale is, it will be able to phase out a little bit faster. But the plan is to go full-time dev developer with my main focus on Cranky Critters, of course. So that is a plan, but of course, with 2 kids, we have to stay realistic, not make any rash decisions. So phasing out instead of jumping in at the pool at the deep end. But yeah, plans are in place to allocate more and more time to Cranky Critters. And to get back to the first question, yeah, it stands for Death Knight. I've had this Discord since I was a World of Warcraft player, in which I played the Death Knight. So still called Rune the Death Knight.
Did you do a lot of PvP when you played?
No, almost nothing.
Some people I've heard that are into PvP are like super into it, like on a scary level.
What? PvP or PvE?
PvP. Like I think there's like 1v1s you can do in WoW, right? You're talking about WoW, right?
Yeah. I have only seen like 3v3s and
maybe WoW Classic. I'm thinking of.
No, you can duel.
Oh yeah, duel. Okay. I was more of a PvE player, so I don't have a lot of experience with the PvP. I wasn't very good at that. I was very good at the PvE. I've played WoW for a long time. I still miss it very, very much, but I just don't have the time with the kids and, especially with the project now. I'm hoping to one day get back into it. I love it very much.
Actually, we played Final Fantasy 14 for a little while. And just so I could keep the name Rune the DK, I rolled a Dark Knight. So I could keep the DK. Nice. But yeah,
how do you find that game compares?
I love it so much more. I really hate World of Warcraft. Yeah, I hate it with every fiber in my body. But Fluffs love it, so I played it. I played it with her. No, we actually when we raided with a couple of guys from Bristol. Shout out to Fortunate Endings, which didn't end such really fortunate actually. But anyway, that was a raid group, and I really loved playing with them. But as soon as the main 3 guys of that group disbanded, and Arno and Fluff took over as raid leaders, all the fun of raiding just disappeared, and I started to grow a dislike to WoW raiding.
Okay. So what about Final Fantasy draws you? Oh, sorry.
Well, I've always been
what was the last thing you said? Oh my god, sorry.
I no longer remember. This drinking game is getting the worst.
There's a bit of a delay. Nice. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what about Final Fantasy over WoW is like, what do you prefer? Like, what draws you in? 'Cause it seems like there's kind of a mass wave of people who feel the same.
It's yeah. One part is you actually feel like the hero of the story, while in World of Warcraft you're just someone who follows, like, for example, Troll along while he does amazing stuff, and you're just like, hey, cool. So you beat a boss with your whole raid group, and then the guy with the horn and the wings and you are not prepared. Who's that?
Illidan?
Yeah. Then Illidan swoops in and kills the boss. So, yay! I might as
Yeah, so they might as well be
not have
doing it
been
all
here.
anyways.
Yeah, I don't mind that
Yeah.
at all. I
Okay.
really much prefer there be like a main story, a lot of lore, and that you can just be a part of the world instead of being the center point of the world. I really much prefer to just, be a part of it. By the way, we still need to hear from Arno and Kendrick about their full-time job slash.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I already answered.
Yeah, I am an artist, and I plan on staying an artist.
Yeah. Well, Kendrick then.
Yeah, I'm a pilot, like you guys know. So my schedule's pretty crazy. Sometimes I'm like super free, like right now. So I usually try to hang out in the chat and help the team out where I can. And other times I'm like super busy and all across the world. So it just really depends on, the busy season and what's going on and with my organization. So, but yeah, so I
Gotta
plan
get
to
people
stay.
home for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, that's about it. But I'm planning to be as committed to this project as I possibly can. So, I see what Huggy says. I really hope at some point I can give you guys more details. I've let the team know who I fly for, and so they're aware. But I'm not totally comfortable yet. I really love you guys, and I'm trying to figure out a way to tell you guys, and sooner or later, I think.
But don't worry, the more secretive Kendrick does, the more open I will be.
Any Dark Souls players? Me, no. I tried Demon Souls first and almost broke a controller, which is not like me, so I just kind of strayed away. Maybe that's the wrong one to start with. You let me know. I know it's not even a Dark Souls game. It's a Demon Souls. It's, one of those games, though. So what do you feel like, Jonah? Is that a bad title to start on? Haven't played it. Okay.
I haven't played it. Sorry. I only play WoW when I have
Yeah.
time.
Demon Souls was the original, and Dark Souls was a semi-sequel. So different world with the same creators and almost the same mechanics. But yeah, I really got into the first Dark Souls.
Nice.
But after that, I was done with the whole genre. It just took too much out of me. I remember Fluff staring at me like, "Why are you playing this game? You are definitely not enjoying it. You're just like a ball of rage in the chair."
That's true.
So yeah.
My most recent experience in feeling that way was trying to 120 star Mario 64. I had never completed it as a kid, so I came back as an adult when it came out on the Switch to try to get it done. And there's a few stars that they just don't want you to get. Plain and simple. Got to put the controller down at some point, walk away, because it's just not going to help to keep going and keep going and keep going. Lose all those lives. GoldenEye, yeah, that one was a little tough. On hard, it couldn't even be me. Actually, though, Hobbsy, I'm interested to see if they release it as one of the N64 remasters that they have planned. I saw a data mine about the list they had, and while not all of the titles were showing, there was something like 38 or something like that titles. So, we've only seen, let's say, 10, 15 of them. Possibility that GoldenEye is in one of those other 20, let's say. pretty high chances. I'd be so stoked. Play GoldenEye without any like lag or anything.
Yeah, I only play WoW. But I watch along with Rune when he plays things. I enjoy watching more often than playing myself. I don't really like combat. I prefer like, lore and roleplay. That's why I like D&D actually.
I'm in love with the idea of playing D&D, but I wasn't exposed to people who played yet when I was younger. I feel like my friend circle is a little small for a campaign. I don't know how easy it is to play online these days. I mean, as I say that, I imagine I'm sounding stupid asking that question, but no, it's something that I've always had interest in because you can kind of get as deep as you want into the lore and the sort of LARP or role play of it, which I think is an underrated facet of a lot of games like that. A lot of people are feel a little bit like shy or nervous to like try to sound like an orc, let's say, and some people find it straight up cringe, and that's fine for them. But yeah, no, I think that's a cool. I think it's a really cool game, and again, it fits with that whole idea of people sitting around the table and building out stories together as a form of entertainment, being really cool.
Definitely.
Old fashioned. I'm already starting to sound old, but like elementary school kids have cell phones these days. And when I was in elementary school, I had chalk. I grew up having like Game Boys and consoles as a kid, but so I never thought I would be saying that kind of thing. But there is always that next level of back in my day. So
Yeah.
just need a DM that wants to put the effort to start a few open mind. Oh, who's talking? What? Oh,
You were
sorry.
talking and
Yeah,
Jonah wanted to know who you were, so.
that's me. Yeah, no, that's it. I would love to meet a DM who can sort of show me the way, so to speak. I was actually invited to one, but the timing wouldn't have worked out. It was sort of middle of the day during the week, so I couldn't join. Doc Whiskey had to use a payphone as a child. Oh boy.
I've used a payphone before, yeah, when I was younger. Like I remember being in the city
Yeah.
and having to reach someone, you had to use the payphone. So maybe we are getting old. I don't know. Probably.
It's interesting to live through the time where you go from okay, everybody uses payphones. If you see someone in a payphone, they're calling somebody. To none of those payphones work. So if someone's in there, they're doing drugs or trying to get out of the wind or something. Like you can tell they're not in there to to make a phone call anymore.
Remember when we said that we would keep the townhalls very specific and on point? We're talking about payphones.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe we should wrap
Yeah.
this up.
Yeah, but I mean, if people want to hang out, they can. It's fun. I just want to, like what Doc is saying, communication was never so expected and guaranteed. I don't like it. Like, because because I have a cell phone, people expect me to pick up every time. Like, if I don't pick up, they think it's strange. While I like to screen my phone calls. I don't want to be reachable all the time. That's just my
Yeah.
point of view.
No, it's true. I mean, when you wanted to hang out with somebody when you were a kid, you had to like go over and talk to their mom first or call and be like, "Hi, Mrs. So and so. Yes, I'm doing well. How's the family?" Before you could actually talk to your friend to go and hang out.
Exactly. I remember, just going to my friend's house. And if they were home, lucky. If they weren't, that's a bummer. Now I can't imagine going somewhere without sending a text first, at least. So, by the way, I'm 34 as well. Me and Rune are about the same age. I'm a tiny bit older.
I am 31.
Yeah, see,
I always
like
need
we're
to
all.
start counting
I mean,
Jonas.
as far as I can see, we're all kind of around the same age, right? I mean, if you're much younger or older, that's absolutely okay. Obviously, feel free to specify. I think it's just interesting to know, like, you know, what our target audience is, kind of, or at least what like the audience is in the space. I feel there's a lot of people with kids, or at least maybe I come across them because I ramble about my kids, and then people say, "Oh, I have kids as well." Talking about kids, while I was putting them to bed earlier, you know, I'm sick, so I had to really struggle to get them into bed. And I was thinking, you know, what would be a funny expansion idea if we do like some kind of Cranky Critters parents version on very relatable situations.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even a parent, and I could totally see all kinds of stuff that would piss you off during the day that you kind of have to get through.
There's so many things your kids can do that piss you off. You have no idea. So, yeah. Oh my god, I ruined it. He's awake.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he heard me. We have 2 boys, by the way. One is 3 and one is 1. Old critters.
Old critters.
That's quite
What about, like, to keep the alliteration, what about, like, crotchety critters? Or crusty critters? Sorry.
Oh.
I mean, we're in our we're all in our 30s here, or well, I'm whatever. Me and Kendrick aren't, so haha, any poo poo, but no.
Well, Kendrick's getting closer.
Crusty is good.
Crusty critters.
Yeah, birthday in 2 weeks, actually.
Oh, that's
Then
cool.
I'll be a 30 as well.
That's
Yep.
really close to
Nice.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Then my wife turns 30 a week before me, so
That's
she always
fun.
says I'm
Hopefully, you can celebrate
super old,
together.
but yeah, virtually, I think.
Oh.
But
Hobbsy is giving us a date range here. I grew up
what
with
does
an
it say?
NES, that's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You play Blades of
Mm.
Steel? Everybody I know played ice hockey, but I played Blades of Steel I don't know if Canadian, maybe that was a little more popular back then, but Blades of Steel was a superior game to ice hockey in every way, and I'll die on that hill.
Cranky Critters. I like it.
Cranky Critters. Doc Whiskey is on fire right now.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
definitely
man.
going on the short list there. We'll add a card.
Nice.
Old man
Hobbsy.
yells at cloud.
Yeah. That GIF is actually in my favorites list. I don't know how to find that on mobile, but
Oh, good.
yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Well, cool, guys. I've actually got to hop off and actually talk to my wife real quick, but it was great hanging out. I can't wait for the game night tomorrow, but I'll see you guys in the chat.
Definitely. I think we're about
Heck yeah.
to, you know, close it off as well, unless if someone still has a question or other people still want to hang out. But
I also have to go work.
Yeah, I'm still sick, so I could use some rest. But I had a blast talking with you guys, and seeing your feedback and your questions. And definitely keep them coming if you feel like you have any suggestions. There's the suggestion channel. It can be anything. It can be things for the roadmap. It can be how to call the next expansion, or if you have any questions that come up during the week, feel free to put them in the Town Hall questions, because we'll do the Town Hall weekly to kind of go over, the progress we've made, the things we're setting up to do the week after, and then we'll, do a short or a long AMA, depending on how many questions there are. So yeah, we'll definitely keep the XP thing going. I think it's a nice bonus to drive some engagement. So you're obviously getting some XP for this event and for the ones to come. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow at game night as well, because game night is really fun.
Oh yeah.
And also
excited.
Yeah. Also, Arno hasn't been beaten yet, so I mean.
And I won't be.
If you could be the one to beat him, maybe we've got something cool in store or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe Arno will join the drinking rules that I posted. I'll repost them somewhere before the game night, and then we'll see how he does after a few.
definitely.
I'll still win.
Yeah, let's
We'll see.
let's do that. That would be fun.
Okay.
Everybody could
I
just
really have to hop off now.
I'll see you guys. See ya.
Bye.
see everybody.
Thanks for coming. Bye bye.
Don't forget to fold up your chairs, and I'll validate parking on the way out.